Good afternoon, everybody. It's serotonin. I don't do a lot of videos anymore, but I'm seeing a lot of stuff about electric cars. And I'm also seeing an enormous gap in the information that is reaching interested consumers who otherwise might think twice if they knew about this kind of thing. So, number one, uh, I do not uh, have the video of this, but I have seen a video being passed around, and if someone wants to put it in the comment section below, that'd be great. Of a woman admitting that the electric cars are being basically plugged into the electric grid, which is still run almost 90% by coal. Sorry, 70% by coal and another 30, I think it is, by fossil fuels. So there's no difference. There's no difference, really. Apparently, coal is a lot more pollution than fossil fuel. I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore. But really, you're not, skirting around any environmental uh, damage at all. But the interesting thing is the damage that is being caused by electric vehicles and their manufacture, and smartphones too, is damage being done to children, which seems to be pretty much like the number one thing that the powers that be uh, want to participate in pretty much all the time. As long as it affects children, they're up for it. So basically, I'm not a huge fan of Amnesty International. I think they ignore a heck of a lot of political prisoners because it doesn't fit their narrative very well. Because otherwise, the people who are have been jailed, basically illegally for well over a year, because of events in Washington D.C., would there would be a lot more attention put on them because they are political prisoners. But they're obviously clearly not here on this website. However, they did shine a light on this, which is very interesting and has a lot of information. So, what's very interesting, so a lot of what's happening is it's happening out of the Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo. And of course, it is being mostly run by huge manufacturers that we, very conveniently, the world news never shines a light upon their continued and aggressive environmental damage, if we're going to go down that road. Um, and the other thing that's really interesting is if you go to here, and all I did was put that in the description, sorry, in the search bar, and look at this: Hunter Biden, Hunter Biden, Hunter Biden. So interesting. Apparently, the situation that is occurring is basically this is the job that's available in many small villages in the Democratic Republic of Congo, in any area really. And so it tends to be the people who are not generally working who ends up taking these jobs because the more able-bodied workers are doing other things, and so a lot of the responsibility falls onto women. And where are the children going to go if there are so many women working in the cobalt mines? And so the children are basically offered work from 7 up, to do this and to descend into these boiling hot caverns because they're small enough and they're nimble enough, and they are basically treated like garbage, in order to, and I mean, it is staggeringly hard to watch the tiny amounts of cobalt that they are extracting for literal pennies a week. And it's just a disgusting cycle of abuse, basically. So there is a concerted effort to shut down oil production right now in the US. I have watched another very interesting video. As soon as I find it, I'll put it in the description box below, of a man in Alaska calling out the cessation of 50% of oil production from an Alaskan oil production company. And he pointed out that the current administration in the US has declared that they are in a war. They have declared this, and that it is treason to basically to stop the manufacture of oil production, the manufacture of oil during times of war, because it puts civilians into such tremendously vulnerable positions. They're sitting ducks, and so are the soldiers. It puts nations in harm's way. So I will leave all the links to all the things I just discussed. If I can get the video of the woman who runs an electric company, an electric car company, admitting that you are basically plugging into a system that is run almost entirely by fossil fuel, and a much larger percentage of it is coal, then I will put that down below. And just to kind of end this on an interesting note, there are a lot of sources out there, more than you'd think anyway, that basically their theory is that the planet is alive, and that the oil production is an ever um, producing um, fuel, that reserves will run dry and then they will replenish, and that this is a very common occurrence, is something that obviously they don't want the civilians and the, the regular folk to know. But there is scientific evidence. It's not just hearsay, it's not just theory. There is apparently um, yeah, there's few people, like the few brave professionals that will whistleblow on their own peers. There are people who work in the oil industry who have said it replenishes naturally. It's a ever giving thing. Um, and to that I say, I had a roommate about 20 years ago who was very concerned about peak oil in Cuba. Apparently, peak oil in Cuba has come and gone. They've experienced peak oil in Cuba already. So what about the rest of us, right? Really makes you wonder. Anyway, stay aware, guys. Stay alert. Eyes open. It's fun to do a video again. I don't know how much I'm going to be doing them, but anyway, have a great day, and God bless. Bye for now.